So anyone who doesn't yet know what 3Local is, I don't know where you've been hiding, but the whole SEO community and lead generation community are talking about it left, right and centre.
And if he can set it up and he can do it for his own business, then we've cracked it. And that's why this is exploding all over the SEO industry. But what we've done is we've kind of hit the Netflix approach for local businesses, and we've gone in at $10 per mile per month. So basically it's like what we've already created, but sticking a rocket up its backside, and what he's agreed to do, and I don't know how long he's going to be able to keep doing it at this price. I was shocked.
Hi, today I'm joined with Mike Martin, the founder of 3Local. How you doing, mate? You all right?
Yeah, not too bad. Thanks for having me.
So anyone who doesn't yet know what 3Local is, I don't know where you've been hiding, but the whole SEO community and lead generation community are talking about it left, right and centre. It works absolutely amazing for local businesses and helping them generate more leads. But without further ado, I'm going to get straight into it. I'm going to ask the man, the myth, the legend himself. So, Mike, why in the first place did you set up 3Local?
So we very first set up 3Local. Do you want me to tell you the backstory as to where it came from, or just
go for it? Yeah, go for the backstory.
Yeah, I mean the backstory started out was probably 12, 15 years ago now. I taught myself to pick locks on YouTube, and I decided I was going to build a locksmith company. Well, as you can imagine with locksmiths, if you're not at the top of Google, you're not getting any lead sales or clients at all. So I basically started to learn SEO, started to learn HTML to try and rank my business as I started to build my own company. And I thought, if I get to the top of Google for Locksmith Manchester, which is supposedly 3,000 searches a month, I thought I was made. I was quids in. I was never going to need to worry about money or anything ever again. And I got there. I got the position 1, position 2, and position 3 in Manchester for the top keyword. And some days I still didn't get any leads whatsoever. So what I did was, I was on a mission. I actually started looking for a job in the locksmith industry. I thought, you know what, I'm going to go and work for one of these businesses who knows how to do it, figure it out, and then set it up for my own company. And what happened was I found a website called Manchester Locksmith Pro, and they'd put a 5-mile radius around their website, and they built tiny little village and town and suburb pages for every single area in the whole of Greater Manchester. Now, there was about 200 pages on this website. And when I did the research into it, every single area had like between 3 and 50 searches each per month. So nobody was targeting them. Nobody was going after them. And so I went to this guy and I was like, how have you done this? It must have took you years to build this website. And he's like, well, I'm a local SEO. I'm an expert. I'm not a locksmith. The site's for rent. So I was like, right, I'll take it. And he tells me the price, and I was like, mate, I don't even make that much money a month. I can't afford it. That was my only stance. So I was like, I can't afford to rent it off you. And he says to me, he says, no. What you do is you sign up for 30 days, completely free of charge. If it makes you loads of money, you pay it. If it doesn't, no harm, no foul. So I was like, I'm in. I'm all in. Anything free, I'll give it a shot. So I tested it out, and it exploded overnight. It was like my business just went from struggling to make ends meet to doing 20 to 30 grand a month every single month consistently. And I always said for years and years and years, I want to create something that a local business can do this themselves without all the technical skills, without all the ability, without everything that I had to learn that took me years and years and years to learn. And we released a plugin that I thought was going to work, but it turned out you needed to have a degree to use it, and it was really complicated. It was dead difficult. That was 10 years ago. We released this plugin, and it's industry leading now. It's still the best in its class. Is the best for experts and SEOs. But I've always wanted to release one that works for that. We call him Bricklayer Bob. Bricklayer Bob's our avatar. And I was like, Bricklayer Bob has to be able to do this. He only uses his computer to chat to his mates on Facebook or to arrange to meet them down the pub. And that's about it. And if he can set it up and he can do it for his own business, then we've cracked it. And that's why this is exploding all over the SEO industry, is because we've cracked it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, what I love about 3Local myself is that you can attach it to their existing website, and you can do the subdomain and add all the locations that's attached. Was the plugin that you're talking about Magic Page?
Magic Page plugin, yeah.
Yeah. So obviously we use that quite a lot for a lot of our location-based sites. We do quite a lot of lead generation for different companies throughout the UK. But what I love about this one, Mike, and this is what's got me like all over it, is because we decline so many clients because they only want to work in a local area. We generally work with nationwide companies, generally speaking, businesses that are doing $1 million+ in revenue. We want to try and make certain they've got an office and be able to deal with the leads and stuff like that. But probably 95% of people that come through are an electrician, a roofer, a solar panel company, and they only want it within 10, 15, maximum 20 miles. Some only want it within 3 or 4 miles of where they kind of live or where the office is. So this is what this is able to do. Obviously, a 5 mile radius of all the locations, like you just mentioned. So within Manchester, you can have like Oldham, Eccles, Rochdale, and all those areas, and you do dedicated pages for it. So with regards to the setup of it, would you recommend that? I mean, obviously, you're saying the ease of it. Would you recommend that anybody can do it? Anyone can set that up on their existing website?
Anybody can do it. It's designed so that it so what happens is you choose your radius around your business. So let's say you set a 5 mile radius and you've got 3 services that you offer to a client. So what it will do is it will take every single one of those services and it will create an SEO optimized webpage for every town, village and suburb within that target radius. So if there's 20 locations within your target radius, it will build SEO optimized web pages for every single one of them for every single service you offer. So you'd end up with a 60-page website that are SEO optimized to a level that is quite high. However, a lot of businesses are seeing much better results because indexing can be a little bit complicated. Adding a CNAME can be a little bit complicated. Everybody can do it. If you own a domain name, you go in, it's adding 2 words to your domain name. Submitting to Search Console, Google makes everything difficult on purpose. Can be a little tiny bit complex. So getting an expert to set it up, we are seeing people get better results faster. Like we did a website this weekend for an auto electrician based in London. He didn't have a London base at all. And we set it up, and overnight he had over 300 pages indexed in the centre of London. He was even ranking on the first page for Chelsea, for Kensington, for all these within 48 hours of us setting this up for him. And that's because we set it up for him and we did it. So if the option was get an expert to set it up or not get an expert to set it up, I'd get an expert to set it up simply because they know all the little intricacies and the redirects and silly little things. But we are also seeing that clients that are setting it up themselves from the ground up are still getting, it's kind of like the 80-20 principle. Yeah. You're going to get 80% of the results setting it up yourself that you would if you got an expert to do it, but you're going to maybe save a few $100s not setting it up yourself because somebody's going to have to spend 30, 40 minutes doing it for you.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like you said, for someone who knows and they're quite technical and understands going into the registrar to add the CNAME, then yeah, they can set it up. It's very, very easy to set up. Anyone that's not yet seen my review on it, check out the review in the description. I've actually done a full review of how you set up and the results that we've been getting from 3Local. I've been astonished. This is why I'm excited by it, to be honest with you. But so tell the viewers here, how much does it cost? And then let them know about the offer that we've managed to put together. So anyone that's come through, obviously through FatRank, that we can't work with, I was getting frustrated because if there was a small company that was only wanted a 10-mile radius, it didn't fit our model. And I was trying to scout, like I said, scour the web up and down. Every SEO agency didn't want to any client that was under £250 a month. So I'm just like, I don't know what I'm going to do here. I don't know how I can service these local plumbers, local electricians within a small area. So explain the pricing structure and then the offer that you've managed to put together for anyone who's watching this from the FatRank community.
Okay, well, the pricing structure has been so what we wanted to do was make it affordable for every local business everywhere on the planet. And the reason I wanted to do that is because I remember being held over a barrel by Google AdWords back in the day, and it's always increasing, it's always eating at your profits. It was absolutely mental. So every local business generates probably 90% of local businesses generate 100% of their leads from the first page of Google, as you'll probably agree. You've got your Google AdWords, you've got your Google Maps, and you've got your Google Business, you've got your website. So Google AdWords, we can't do anything about that. Google is super greedy and it's on an auction system, so it's always going to get more expensive. So what we did is we've looked at setting something up that if a business has a website and if a business has got a Google Business Profile, we can rank your Google Business Profile and then rank your website in every tiny village, suburb and town with this strategy. So, but what we've done is we've kind of hit the Netflix approach for local businesses, and we've gone in at $10 per mile per month. For that $10 per mile per month, you also get a couple of services included there. Okay, yep. So for every mile that you increase, it will go up by $10 per mile per month, which means if you've got a 10-mile radius, you're looking at $100 per month, and then potentially you would be looking at 2 to 3 services. Now, there is a special offer on the front end where you can get your first 3 miles for $10 per month, so it would cost you about $70, $80. What we've done for your audience is we've created a 10-mile radius with 4 services, okay? And what so they're going to get a full 10-mile radius with 4 services, and they just pay $50 per month. That's it. So it's about 40 quid if the guys are in the UK. The reason we sell in dollars is, as you'll know, the US is probably 10, 15 years in front of the UK when it comes to SEO and stuff. So 99% of our clients are in the United States, simply because they can see the power of this and they're all in. So we've done that for you guys, but also what we've done is we've managed to get one of the industry's best local SEO experts, a guy called Keith Best, and we've managed to talk him into doing the full setup. So when I say the full setup, what I mean is he's going to set up all the system for them. He's going to go through all of their pages to make sure that they're SEO optimized for their particular business to a much higher level than the automated system can do. Then what he's going to do is submit them to Search Console, so they're indexed, ranking, and getting seen in Google. Then what he's going to do is he's going to create citations for them, which are almost like backlinks, but it's mentions of your business everywhere that can't be seen by Google as spam. So he's going to create citations for them, and he's going to index the citations, so the citations are pointing at the website and it picks up in Google and indexed. So basically it's like what we've already created, but sticking a rocket up its backside. And what he's agreed to do, and I don't know how long he's going to be able to keep doing it at this price. I was shocked. You was there when we talked him into doing it, James, and I think he'd had too much to drink, but he's agreed to do it now. He's going to do it for a one-time fee of $250, which is about £200. And I'm looking at him like, how can you do it for that sort of money? But he's agreed to do it. So we'd love to do it internally for everybody, but we can't because we're a software company and we've got tens of thousands of people jumping on this right now as we speak. It's like loads and loads and loads and loads of different businesses are jumping on. We're seeing tons and tons of success. So what we've done is we've found the best possible deal we can do, and we've brought it to FatRank.
Yeah, honestly, that's great. So obviously it was funny when we was going, I said to you, I thought it'd be about $650 to $700 a month, like for this setup. And that was without the citations or the indexing. So when he said $250, I was like, let's snatch his hands off straight away. So, but he's got a sophisticated team that can do it. He's got the systems and processes. He knows exactly what's needed. So for me, I get earlier on in the video, you was talking about it's easy to set up, and it is. But for me personally, getting somebody like Keith Best on board and getting that set up like a done-for-you service, just done, $250, that's £200 at present with the current kind of where stuff's at. So £200 for the setup, and then £40 per month. And then what you've got is then you've got 4 different services and within a 10-mile radius. So that's every single village and suburb that within a 10-mile radius of what can be done that can get you ranking for your service plus in that location. So obviously there it's going to be generating, it's going to be ranking high up in Google, it's going to be getting organic clicks, and then hopefully generating leads. So is there anything else with regards to 3Local that you need to add on with why local businesses should be looking to sign up to this straight away?
Well, what we've done for your offer is we've also put in what's called 20 custom locations. So we built the site I told you about the other day. That was 445 pages in a 10-mile radius of over 4 services. And then we've included something called custom locations for your users, which means they can go in and they can drop a pin on a map wherever it hasn't already been done. They drop a pin on the map and they name it, and then they click save, and it will automatically build SEO-optimized web pages for all 4 of those locations in addition for the clients. So we've set that up as well for your clients. I mean, the main reason this is needed is like I was saying earlier. 90% of local businesses get 100% of their leads from the first page of Google. There's only really 3 ways you can generate leads on the first page of Google. This covers 2 of them better than pretty much anything out there. 70% of local businesses fail within the first 3 years, and the reason they fail within the first 3 years is simply that they run out of money, and they run out of money because everybody's picking the pockets for as much as they possibly can. Now, our front end price on this originally was going to be $160 per month, and it still would have been cheaper than anything else you can get out there and giving people better results. I talked my business partner into letting us drop it as far as possible, so literally we're making almost no money on it out the gate. But the reason we're doing that is we can help as many local businesses as possible. The price will go up, okay? The prices will increase and they will go up, but yours never will. We've agreed this deal for you. So as those prices start coming up, you'll be looking at this and your clients will be saying, wow, we're getting a 10-mile radius here for the cost of one. and all of a
Yeah.
sudden they're going to be over the moon. So if they jump on this as quick as they possibly can, it's something where the sooner you're in, like, you can dominate an industry. When I was talking to you before about building my Manchester Locksmith Locksmith websites, when we did the research of these pages that were getting between 3 and 50 searches each a month, there was 18,000 searches in Greater Manchester, right, that nobody else was targeting, and there's still not. But the only difference between now and then is people are now searching more hyperlocal. People never used to near me didn't exist back in the day. People would just go in and type in the keyword locksmith or locksmith Manchester, or locksmith Miami. They wouldn't say, like, if they were based in Manchester, they wouldn't, and they were 2 miles outside of Manchester, they wouldn't have put like Atherton, or they wouldn't have put him in Didsbury or an area that's just outside. Nowadays, people search hyperlocal in their area, and Google basically, the more local your pages are, the more of a boost you receive from Google, because we're creating these in mass. Every single tiny little village, town, and suburb page is seeing first page, and a lot of times number one position rankings in 24, 48 hours, and they're sticking. But like anything, when something's amazing, you need to jump in and get in it as quick as you possibly can. Like Google AdWords years and years and years ago, back in the day when they first released it, I was making tens of thousands in profit every single month very, very easily. And then everyone in the world got onto it, and now you struggle to make £10 a month profit from Google AdWords. It will go down that way, but you've probably got 3, 4, 5, 6 years of super profits coming from this before everybody in the world jumps on it. So the quicker you're in, the more money you're going to make.
Yeah, for sure. There's 2 bits there I want to expand on a little bit. One is the near me domination, kind of what people are doing nowadays. So everyone seems to be typing in plumbers near me, solar panel installers near me, electricians near me. Now, what that's doing is they know from the longitude and latitude and the IP of where you are, mainly on your mobile phone, it goes and localizes it. Where people used to just put, if you was in Didsbury, locksmiths Manchester, and knowing that, oh, I'm getting a local company. Now, when they put locksmiths near me, it's localizing it to Didsbury. So for that reason, then these local kind of pages, it's not that a lot of people aren't typing in Didsbury, they're just putting near me, and it's sending them through to the Didsbury page as being the example. So the amount of clicks these local pages are getting nowadays is like 10 times more than what it was like 4 years ago. And this is why it works so well. The second bit was, you're talking about 80% of businesses that fail in the first few years. My opinion, and I always say this to everyone, and I've wrote a book about it called Leads First, is that everything flows downstream after lead generation. The whole business becomes easier when you're getting more leads. You can start upping your prices, saying no to those awkward clients, and the more clients, the more leads that's coming in that you get, the more profitable you can be. On a consistent basis, you know, you can keep your subcontractors or your installers busy, and you know that, and you've got that kind of confidence that you can take them on full time and stuff like that. So for me, lead generation is an absolute must. And for these local businesses that FatRank can't help because it is too small of an area and they don't work nationwide, this is an absolute no-brainer, in my opinion, to sign up to 3Local. So, Mike, I want you to finish off here with regards to, obviously, this offer is not going to be around forever. Like you said, you're going to be upping the prices. At present, we're in June 2025. By the end of the year, this offer is not going to be available. So anyone who's watching this, we've obviously put you in touch with this video because we probably declined you over at FatRank. But make sure you jump on it as soon as possible. Mike, I'll leave you back on the dance floor just to finish off and just explain what people should be doing and why they should be signing up to 3Local.
Not to get too technical, before we jump over to that, you mentioned something then that I'd not brought up, which was actually a massive point. So people now search like locksmith near me, plumber near me, electrician near me, joiner near me, and so on and so forth. And the reason that's super powerful is Google picks up the longitude and latitude information from their mobile phone and then places them based on a location and says, okay, these are based in Didsbury, let's give them the locksmith Didsbury. What we've also done inside the schema of the page is every single location page has geolocation data embedded into the back of the page so people can't see it. Now, you don't need to know what that is unless you're like some mad nerdy scientist, but what it basically means is when somebody's searching near me, Google doesn't just see that you've got Didsbury written on your page, because there might be 300 Didsburys in the country. I don't know if there is. But what it will also see is the geolocation data, which matches up immediately, which nobody else is doing. So these pages are 10 times better optimized than 99.999% of local business pages. Like if you was competing with a national company that's trying to rank for SEO Agency London, for example, or Plumber London or Electrician London, then what you're going to see is that they're on par with the pages that we're creating for you for your tiny little villages, towns and suburbs. So that's why they're outranking everybody else, and that's why we're winning at scale very, very quickly and very, very easily. But like I said earlier, the longer it takes you to get in, the more of your competitors have got the chance of seeing this. Now, they might not be on as good a deal as you, but if a website's been up 3 months, yours has been up 3 months and theirs has been up 4 or 5 or 6 months, then you're in a position where it's going to be very, very difficult to take that first position off them. So the faster you get in, the sooner you get it set up, the quicker you do this, then the more chance that, or the less chance they've got of beating you, and the more chance you've got of retaining that top spot and staying there. So jump in now, go for it.
Yeah, for sure. Make sure you check out the link on the page or in the video description. There's one last thing I just want to touch upon as well with regards to generating leads. Not only does 3Local there make the location pages, not only does it generate you more leads, it actually helps your website's SEO and also helps your GMB. That's your Google Maps listing. So I'm not going to let Mike talk again and expand on it and get all nerdy about it. But I'm telling you from the what we was amazed at is when we started to add the 3Local kind of software around the site, it started then jumping up with everything to do with the Google business profile. That's the map listing started to increase in rankings. So on top of this section, generating your leads, it also improved the Google Maps. So you're also not just getting like lead generation, you're also getting better SEO as well. So make sure you sign up in the link below and hope to see you soon.